In this video, we will be dividing this polynomial by this binomial. Okay, for this problem, we're going to have to do long division, not synthetic division. If this had been divided by just x minus 6, then we could have done synthetic division. But with it being 9x minus 6, long division is our only option. So we set up the problem like this. So the first thing we're going to do is we will look at the 9x and the 54x to the third power. And we will ask ourselves, 9x times what will give us 54x to the third power? Well, 9 times 6 is 54, so I'm definitely going to need that. And x times x squared will give me x to the third power. So I'm going to need 6x squared. So think about it. 9x times 6x squared will give me 54x to the third power. So I put that 6x squared here. It's good to line up your like terms, x squared with x squared. It helps you know when you're done. So once you have chosen this, then you're going to go ahead and do the distributive property with it. So I'm going to take this 6x squared and multiply it by each one of these terms. Now 6x squared times 9x is going to be 54x to the third power, just like we want it. 6x squared times 6 is going to be negative 36x squared. So we'll have negative 36x squared. Okay, now we will subtract by changing the sign. So we'll make that minus and we'll make this plus. So we need to do negative 108 plus 36. So negative 108 plus 36, that's negative 72. So we have negative 72x squared, and then these just come down because there's nothing to combine with. And now we start over. So now I'm asking myself, 9x times what is going to give me negative 72x squared? Well, 9 times 8 is 72. So that means 9x times negative 8x will give me negative 72x squared. So let's take this and do that distributive property again. So I will get negative 72x squared, just like we planned. But negative 8x times negative 6 is positive 48x. Okay? Now we will subtract by changing the signs. So this will become positive and this will become negative. And now we combine these like terms. So this is going to be 72x, and then you bring down the minus 55. And then one more time you start over. So again, I'm looking at the 9x, and now I'm looking at the 72x. So 9x times what is 72x? Well, again, 9 times 8 is 72. So 9x times 8 will be 72x. And then I will take my 8 and I will do the distributive property. So 8 times 9x, of course, is 72x. 8 times negative 6 is negative 48. And then we subtract by changing the signs. All right, these cancel out, but this is going to make negative 7. Okay, and this is the end. This is the remainder. I've already got my full trinomial all the way down to the constant, so I know that whatever's left here must be just the remainder. So what do I do with that remainder? I need to add it on to the end. I think I'll put it in green to make it clear that it's a remainder. So normally what we do is we add on a fraction. And so I would have negative 7 over 9x minus 6. Okay, whoops. It is considered more elegant, instead of doing plus negative 7, it's considered more elegant just to put minus 7 over 9x minus 6. Now, no one's going to mark it wrong either way, but just understand that those are equivalent. And so looking down at the choices, you see that they did it the second way. They didn't say plus negative 7, they just said minus 7 over 9x minus 6. Okay, so clearly C is the answer. Okay, because this is the answer right here.